A new company gets founded and gets a Series A 3 million round of funding. It's a therapist for you and your GPT.
Oh my gosh, it's like a marriage therapist, but a GPT therapist?
How's that for a tech idea? Welcome back to another episode of Ridiculously Professional. Branson, what is going on?
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
We got episode 8. We're rolling right into it. Hey, we've been on a pretty hot streak, huh?
It's been solid. I'm really enjoying this quite a bit.
We got the process down pretty good. I was actually doing some recent research, and I found out that most podcasts end between 7 and 15, episode 7 and 15.
Yeah,
Branson, we're right at the inflection point. We just got to keep on bringing the heat.
yeah, we're gonna run it. We're not gonna stop at 15. I'll tell you that much.
Nah, we're gonna keep on running, even if no one's listening. In fact, I never even cared at the beginning, like to really get listeners. First,
Yeah,
like for having a fun time, doing something different, providing a good show, kind of getting out of the comfort zone. And it's actually been like a pleasant surprise to have people listening and reaching out with feedback. So we're
yeah,
gonna keep coming at you. To help us out though, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Tell us what you think. Send us your feedback. It really helps us grow and reach more people like you. So thank you.
yes. Thank you.
All right, so we can't dive into this episode without touching a little bit on how fire last episode was. Greg Fisher
So good.
got it, huh?
I couldn't even believe how good that episode was. He gave such good like business advice overall. I think anybody could have taken some information from that one.
Anybody. So if you have not checked out episode 7, the link will be in the comments. Go watch it. It was honestly the funnest one yet, Branson. I had a great time.
Oh yeah, killer.
So we're going to dive in today, but for those new to the show, we are the unconventional business show for those in the trenches making it happen every single day. Whether you're a BDR, account executive, or maybe a tech entrepreneur who's just trying to keep up with the modern landscape of tech, staying up to date with all the news that's happening in the industry, and getting some tips and tricks on the best AI practices, this is the show for you. So Branson, we're going to put 5 minutes on the clock and get right in with it. The tech report.
All right, perfect. Let me add that in. Boom, there we go.
And here we go. So headline number 1, Branson, AI meets emergency dispatch. So startups are infusing artificial intelligence into emergency response systems. Carbine just closed a 100 million Series D round. We love closing series rounds. Let's do the money dance. And we're back. Carbine closed a 100 million Series D round backed by AT&T, Axon Enterprise, Cox, and Silicon Valley Bank. Man, SVB just gets into like everything, huh?
Yeah.
Hope they don't close down again. Let's cross our fingers for Carbine's sake. But their platform adds AI. So this is Carbine. Carbine's platform adds AI-powered features to 911 systems like automated note-taking, real-time translation, and smart routing to help first responders work more efficiently, amid staffing pressures. So Branson, how do you feel putting your life in AI's hands?
Uh, Depends on who's using it. Honestly, I'm more concerned with the people using it than I am the AI itself.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's actually a really good point. You know what I mean? Like, wait, elaborate on that a little bit. Like, what's a good example of someone who you wouldn't trust with using AI to save
oh
money?
my gosh, and somebody that I wouldn't. I honestly, most of the legacy companies, people running them.
It's a pretty good point. So look, I think it's really interesting. Like AI is getting into every different industry. Like we know that, we talked about that. We'll continue to talk about that. It's really interesting seeing it get into the 911 system.
Yeah,
Hopefully down the line, it just means that they can like intake more calls and then
yeah,
effectively run the logistics better and prioritize like which call needs to have someone immediately versus like which one can wait. So I think there's really cool things coming with the AI systems, but like most things we talk about, it's like the humans that need to catch up with the change, right?
oh, 100%. I think it will be huge, especially for those overflows. Because I've known some 911 emergency people, and they said that there's just tons and tons of calls. So it probably will help in being able to figure out which ones are priority and which ones, they need to get to first.
Exactly. So we'll see more of that. We'll keep you up to date on where AI is getting into new industries. But we're going to move into headline number 2 here, Branson, which is
Yeah.
Pittsburgh builds AI Avenue. I found this one because I felt like you would really like it. So Pittsburgh is transforming its Penn Avenue corridor, dubbed, you guessed it, AI Avenue, into an AI innovation hub. So the plan connects tech giants like Duolingo, Google, and various other platforms through new developments like retail, housing, and a 14-acre Bakery Square expansion. Implemented by local developers under a shared vision set by the city's AI strike team. That's right, Pittsburgh has a strike team, and it's called the AI strike team. Pretty cool.
Okay.
More tenant announcements are expected during the upcoming AI Horizons event, and we're going to dive right into it. What do you think about having your living room right next to Google's HQ?
I'm more terrified about having my living room right next to the Duolingo owl. I feel like that would be a middle of the night come over. So as far as Google, I'm not that concerned. But Duolingo, that owl freaks me out.
That would be a pretty scary thing to wake up to in the middle of the night. You just got Duolingo's owl with like the cling cling. You said that right. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that works for me. Wait,
You haven't checked in lately.
is the owl still alive? Didn't it die?
Yeah, yeah, he died off, or they died off, and they brought him back, and all I know is that they come back to haunt me, even if they're gone, it'd still be in my place. I don't know how.
Yeah. Well, at least you're getting bilingual while you're getting scared. So we're going to dive right into headline number 3, which is the AI boom becoming a bubble? So, a New Yorker analysis, that is the magazine or the news headline, the New Yorker, raises red flags about today's AI frenzy. While companies like Nvidia, Microsoft, and Apple are delivering strong earnings, the article warns of speculative excess, highlighting overheated valuations like Palantir, high profile IPOs like Figma, and a rush of early stage startups echoing the late 90s dot-com boom. This piece suggests investor exuberance might be outpacing economic fundamentals. Branson, I think I learned a couple new words in that headline, but what do we think about the AI bubble happening right now? Are we sprinting too fast, or should we slow down and do a marathon?
I mean, I think it's gonna have to move fast, and I think it's just like anything else where you're gonna have the winners that shake out of it. You're gonna have a lot of big companies that come in. I don't think that it's going to be like, everybody drops out of it. I think a lot of companies, especially ones that are making their own AI ML, are definitely going to, rise to the top on that one. So, yeah, I think it's just new tech.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, we'll follow along with the tech news. Consider yourself up to date. I hear the timer going off, so that's our 5 minutes. So we're going to put 5 minutes back on the clock. And Branson, I hear you have some good stuff with AI intervention this week.
Yeah, I got some great stuff. Last week, or last episode, we talked about GPT-5 coming out and how now it's smarter. And because it being smarter, the user has to be smarter too. That's us. So with us doing this, we have to, one of the best things to do is getting your prompts dialed in a little bit better. And if you go watch that show, I give a 6-step framework of how you can use the prompts with this new chat GPT-5 to get the best possible output. And I know for a lot of people, it's probably going to be hard to remember that. So I had a suggestion in this, and the suggestion for the way that you use chat a lot of the times is to take those 6 pieces and then put it into a file, and then tell ChatGPT, I'm going to jump into voice mode in a second. I'm going to give you this information, and then I want you to read me each one of these steps one by one. And then from there, after you do each one of those steps, then you can hop into your prompt. So it's a good, flow where you tell it this to do this each time.
Yeah, it's such a good point. Like, honestly, I forget that there's even a like voice feature with ChatGPT sometimes. I
Yeah.
promise I'm not the only one out there. I bet maybe I'm alone on this, but it's good to talk to it. Like, it's a better way to collaborate. I would say it's a different way, but it's a good way to collaborate with it, and you can be like more productive. I feel like you can talk faster and get more things done with chat when you're
Yeah.
actually talking to it versus hacking away on the keyboard.
Yeah, and I think you can be more conversational with it, because a lot of times this is me typing. A lot of times when you're typing like this, um, it doesn't really catch your tone, your vibe, everything, but these newer versions, you can just talk to it like it's a regular person, tell it, "No, no, 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 that's not what I said. Wait a second, just, like, back up. Here's exactly what I need. Here's what we gotta do." So, I would highly suggest using voice mode anytime you can.
And in case no one didn't see that, if you're just listening in, Branson gave his chicken peck way of typing on the keyboard, which makes a lot of sense why he talks to his ChatGPT, because I can't imagine typing on your keyboard like that.
Yeah.
It's too effective.
takes me 4 hours to write one chat.
Man, I just saw an opportunity for a joke, and I just dove right in there.
It's perfect.
Hey, ridiculously
Are
professional, right?
are you, have you used, like, any sort of sound, like, voice pieces for chat? Like, have you dove into that a bit?
Oh, yeah, my chat talks to me like Yoda.
What?
Yeah, my chat talks to me like Yoda.
What do you what do you mean?
I mean, I'm going full blown like hey chat, like what do you think about this email? Hmm? Hmm. You are one with the Salesforce, you are. I swear, dude, I'm not even joking. Y'all think I'm joking right now? I'm dead serious right now.
Or one with the sales for?
You Hey, you like what I did there?
Yeah, no.
Yo, shout out Salesforce. We have an open spot for the sponsorship. So, Salesforce, if you want Yoda to help you out with selling that platform,
Yeah.
welcome to Ridiculously Professional. But yeah, man, I'm one with the Salesforce, dude. Come on, yeah. So yeah, no, my chat talks to me like Yoda, because it's fun, dude. I like having fun with my chat.
Yeah, no, that's great 'cause, mine is just, nonstop yelling back and forth between me and chat, so
Is
uh,
is this a chat problem, or is this a human in the loop problem?
I don't know, I haven't figured it out with chat yet. What the ways it is.
So a new company gets founded and gets a Series A 3 million round of funding. It's a therapist for you and your GPT.
Oh my gosh, it's like a marriage therapist, but a GPT therapist?
How's that for a tech idea?
Oh, man. I think hey, if somebody steals that, you gotta credit the show because I think that would be amazing. You can go into a room with you and ChatGPT and talk about all the problems you're having.
Right? Hey, you know what? All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. Tell us how you talk to your chat. That's all you got
Yeah.
to do, and that idea is yours.
Yeah, let us know, and also let us know if there's any, like, weird voice tips or anything. I like the Yoda one. Is there any other things that we could do that are kinda
Yeah, I don't
on
know. So you know that I love Dune. Again, I
yeah,
love shouting out my Dune books. That is the Dune series right there. Read the books if you haven't. You just have to. But
yeah,
yeah, I like my one time I also had my chat talk to me like Paul Atreides film book, which is like that tool that is like teaching him about Arrakis during the film.
yeah,
So yeah, man, I like to do weird, fun sci-fi things. Super into sci-fi in case no one can tell that. Um,
haven't noticed.
yeah, I mean, especially you. We never talk about sci. I'm gonna add
I've never having this
the show, and it's gonna be sci-fi, tech, and sci-fi, and it's gonna be all about the different AI tools that they use to film the film sci-fi movies.
Perfect.
I heard a
That was
fire
our
going off.
that was our buzzer, yeah.
Okay, so quick summary on AI intervention. Go
What?
watch episode 7 and do what Branson says. Moving on.
Alright.
Okay, so we're gonna go into the sports minute. Branson, does that sound good?
Yeah, it sounds perfect.
This
It's
has
one of
been
my it's my favorite.
This has been a new like sub segment we've been adding. We got some really good feedback that like we'd love talking about sports, but let's add in more like tech aspects. So we're gonna dive right into it. I have some good stories. Story number 1: the World Humanoid Robot Game debuts in Beijing. Yeah, I'm gonna say that one more time. The World Humanoid Robot Games debuted in Beijing. So for the first time, humanoid robots from 16 countries are competing in sports like sprinting, soccer, boxing, and you guessed it, sorting medicine
Huh?
at the inaugural World Humanoid Robot Games in Beijing. So, hosted at Beijing's National Speed Skating Oval, the event features over 500 robots from university teams and private companies. It underscores how competitive robotics is pushing the boundaries of AI and real-world applications. Branson, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how soon we're gonna go to, like, Gladiator style, like, human robots. Remember that movie? I think it's, like, Hugh Jackman, everybody's fighting each other. Like, is that where this is going?
I think it definitely could be. I think we're bringing in a whole, there's a bunch of questions to ask. One, you made a good point too, and we were kind of riffing before the show. Like,
Yeah.
is there going to be PEDs for robots? Is there going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
certain oils that aren't allowed to fuel the robots? Like, what? There's a whole plethora of questions, but the fact of the matter is that humanoids are coming, not
Mm.
just to help you out with your laundry. They're here to entertain you through sports too. So we will keep you up to date on that story. Um, for the second time, I'm going to keep moving, but we'll keep you up to date on that story, and we'll let you know which robotic team wins the robot games in Beijing.
Can't wait.
Story number 2. Smart mouth guards light up on heavy hits at Women's Rugby World Cup. So, at the upcoming Women's Rugby World Cup in England, players will wear innovative LED mouth guards that flash red upon detecting heavy impacts. Designed to enhance safety and catch potential concussions faster, the system represents a major move in player health protocols. Women's teams have largely embraced the tech, despite, I hate this, despite some resistance in the men's game. Yo, guys, what's up with that, man?
Yeah.
Why we gotta be like that?
Yeah, I don't understand, like, it makes the game easier. I don't really know why you care.
Listen, as a guy who played football growing up and had a lot of injuries, I'm all for tech and helping us be safer, prevent CTE, prevent concussions. Like, I don't know. I just don't love the end
Wait,
of that story. But
do they got a problem with the mouth guards themselves or the light up part?
well, it could be all the above. I think they have a. I think it's because it's manly to not wear protective gear. Play, you know what I mean? I think it's something like that. So I don't know what's going on with that. Let's move on from that. Right?
All right.
Honestly, shout out the ladies for embracing this technology and leading the way. That's
Yeah, it's fantastic.
story number 3. Premier League trials ref cams for first-person replay angles. So this is kind of like body cams. Think police officer with body cams, but for referee.
Okay. Yeah.
So the Premier League is beginning a trial of ref cams, body-worn cameras on referees for selecting matches this season. For select matches this season, excuse me. Though audio will initially be omitted, the initiative aims to bring fans closer to official perspectives and could become a permanent feature after a 6-week evaluation. Branson, what do you think about this?
I'm trying to figure out the first person that's going to either purposely run into the ref right at a opportune time, or somebody I'm some of these teams I think are going to start playing like screens where you go right in front of the ref right at that point. Like that's how I see this going, honestly.
Hey, it goes like the classic motto: don't hate the player, hate the game. So that's our sports minute. Consider yourselves caught up, and I hope that marries together tech and sports together. More of that to come. Branson,
Yep.
let's put 5 minutes on the clock and move right into leadership.
All right. Boom. All right, going with that and playing off of our last piece with the sports side, I wanted to talk about how I think that I've noticed, how we've been posting a lot more on social media, been getting our processes down better, how everything's kind of, to me, relates to going to the gym, and I think that helps in a lot of pieces because it makes you realize, when you start going to the gym, you don't expect to, be 300 pounds massive and have a six pack. Well, probably most people don't, but like,
I mean,
you
some
know,
people do expect it, right?
I think that you should feel the same thing about when you're posting, when you're making businesses, when if you're a BDR who is worried that you're going to have perfect phone calls, if you're an AE who's afraid that your meetings are not going to go perfect, if you're a sales leader who's afraid that any of the decisions that you make are not going to be the best decisions. Um, Everything is the gym. You got to just keep showing up, even when you don't feel like it, and over time, you'll, I think, notice those gradual changes, and it's not going to be all at once, and you probably won't even notice until further on the process.
100%. And to that point, Briss, I mean, a lot of people do go to the gym, but they'll end up dropping out. Kind of like the point that we were talking about with the podcast in the beginning in episode 7 through 15. So what do you think that is? Why do you think people get into it, and why do they get excited, but then why do they end up dropping out?
I think people are like, they really are in love with the idea of what it is going to be, and they don't realize that a lot of the real progress doesn't show up till a lot later in the process. Um, I saw this one video that I think made it really well where they talked about a guy that this guy said, imagine that you have a fish tank and it's filled with water, and every day you drop a little red drop of food coloring in it. For the first, couple weeks, maybe even months, you're not really gonna see a whole lot. It's gonna look exactly the same. And then all of a sudden, you'll start seeing slow changes where it looks a little bit more pink, and then just one day, it seems red. But all the way through the process, you don't really see that, and I think people, they want really fast results, and if they don't see results that are exponentially fast, they don't stick with stuff.
Discouragement, yeah. And I think like doing anything new, whether it's, trying a different approach on cold calls, posting on social media more, whatever it may be, there's always a honeymoon phase with it. So in the
Oh, yeah.
beginning, like oh, this is like fun, serotonin rush. I'm doing something different. I'm living in the learning curve, but if you're doing it right, there's eventually a point where that will just start to feel like like work, if you will, like where you just have to show up every day, keep on
Yep.
doing the same thing, and make incremental improvements. So I think that's where a lot of people drop off. It's probably at that like honeymoon phase where it's like the excitement has maybe died down, but just because it's less excitement and more habit now doesn't mean that like it doesn't mean that like that's the sign that you're doing it right is what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say. Like it shouldn't be like, let's be honest, if there's always an excitement to doing anything, but there should come a point when you're doing something new to help scale your life, scale your sales process, where you need to like be like, oh, this is just like I need to put my head down and do the work.
Just
And
what you do.
and that's beautiful. That it
Yeah.
doesn't have to always be exciting. It doesn't always have to be stimulating. There's a beautiful process to just like having that really good habit and doing it every single day.
Yeah, I think that goes back to I saw something that talked about one of this LinkedIn post about like what motivation do you have, and realistically showing up and doing the work is what does but when you don't have motivation, you just have process. All right, every day I do this, every day I do this. And I think that falling in love with doing the process and knowing that it, just like the gym thing, if you go into the gym every single day and you go and you pick heavy stuff up, you're gonna get muscles. Like
Yeah.
there's if you just keep doing it every day and work, you need to work on your form, you need to do all that because it makes it easier for you. But if you just do that every single day and you keep getting heavier weights, muscles will happen. It's just a product of the work.
And this is just a great follow-up concept from our episode with Greg because this is exactly what Greg was saying. He was like, there's so many pieces out there to be successful, no matter what you're trying to do, and the biggest problem is people just don't do it. So
Yeah,
don't be one of those people who like
just gotta show up.
yeah, just show up. Just show up and pick something up and put it down and do it again.
Over that's life. Over
That
and over again.
that's really it's easy to say. I mean, like I'm the first person to say that I struggle with that myself in everything, but it's a good reminder to just, it's actually pretty simple.
I know that that's gonna transition perfectly. I know you got some good stuff for our sales talk.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a perfect set. Let's put 5 minutes on the clock. This is gonna be our closing segment. Love how we're doing on time, by the way. We have a
Yo, this is good.
let's pitch the vision real quick because this is the end of the episode. I know a lot of people
Yep.
have dropped out except for our real ones. So right now I'm shouting out our real ones. Thanks for sticking around through the 20-minute mark.
Yes.
This is much appreciated. So our vision with this show,
In a world where two people
two friends got together and they had an idea. And then they clicked record. Yeah, no, so that's pretty much, yep, that's how this started. And our vision for this is to keep it like 20 to 30 minutes, which me rambling right now is not helping at all. But we just know that there's a lot of podcasts out there then like shows that, go for 40 an hour, hour and a half. And I don't know, does like everyone want to stick around for that long? I don't think so. I don't really stick
No.
around that long for some of these podcasts. So we try to keep it fun. We try to keep it engaging. And we have a vision to get this show down to like 20 minutes on the dot. So, anyways,
Yeah.
little shout out for our real ones who are sticking around after that 20-minute mark. But final segment, we're gonna dive into it. We're gonna talk a little bit about founder-led sales. So I know we've brought up this concept a lot, Branson, and
Yeah.
we'll continue to talk about it because we have. I think I can speak for both of us that we've both worked for places that don't really adopt founder-led sales, and it's not the vibe.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
not the vibe. But let's first start off. I know you have a good point here. We're gonna dive in, but let's first start off. For those who are just like maybe wondering what exactly is founder-led sales, it's basically when the founder leads sales. So now that we understand the concept, no, but that's like when you're getting into market, the person who founded this company, whether it's the CEO, the CTO, combination of both, they're rolling up their sleeves, they're getting out there and making connections and adding people or prospects to the top of the funnel or the sales pipeline. So, Branson, what's been your experience with founder-led sales? Where have you seen it work? Where have you seen it not work? Where can you see it improve?
I think founder-led sales is pretty big because so I'll say, like, to start, it sets the tempo for the whole rest of the company. You believe really strongly in your product. You wanna tell everybody about it. It sets the tempo for the rest of the team that's kinda how things are gonna go. I think that I've seen it work really well in a lot of companies where the founder is almost a social media influencer at this point in time. Everybody knows their name, everybody's going to them for information. And from that, Greg kind of talked about this before, from that level of trust that's built from there, they naturally want to find out the product that this person's talking about. So I think that founder-led sales is really big because you can kind of get a idea for what the company is like based on what the founder's like. Because usually they're going to make a product that's like them. Overall, they're usually going to run a team that's like them. They're going to really give that vision of, I guess, a piece of them, to people.
Yeah, I
Uh,
I mean, in my opinion too, like, I hope this isn't too hot of a take, but I see a lot of founders, like, secure some rounds of funding or something, and they get the capital, and then they sit back and relax and just throw people, and money at any problem that comes up, and it's like,
yeah,
that's not the way to maybe that was the way to do it in the past, but, we can be better than that, right?
yeah.
Like,
What
how Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, I think that has been an approach, especially with, a lot of the C-suite executives and everything is basically there's other people to market and to promote the company.
Mhm.
M they they're not really out there, showing how much they really believe in the product. They more feel like they're supposed to be, the face that kinda goes and talks to everybody else that's higher up or goes and raises money, and that's pretty much it.
And look, I could get that for like a Fortune 500 company because realistically, a CEO at a Fortune 500, like there's a lot that needs to happen that's maybe not necessarily on the front lines. But
Yeah.
if you're a tech startup and you founded a tech startup and you're not rolling up your sleeves and getting out there, shame on you. I'm gonna say it, shame on you because
Yeah.
that's what we're seeing right now with the AI boom and everything that's like happening with SaaS. The companies that have founders who are posting every single day, whether it's them or a ghostwriter, but it's still like their image out there every single day. They're actually going to meet with their ICPs and understand how their product can be a better fit. Those are the companies that are making a dent in their
Yeah.
industries. So again, if you're not doing that as a founder, shame on you. And I would, probably I would speak for a lot of account executives. My job and my life would be a lot harder working for someone like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes back to, uh, for the team. The team sees that the founder's out grinding, they're gonna grind too because I guess the founder needs to be it's their baby, they need to really believe in it, and if they believe in it, they're gonna tell everybody about it.
And there's no better way as a sales rep in the lens of sales to know that your founder believes in it being the product or the company
Yep.
by them going out there and selling it themselves. So
Sure.
shout out to all my founder-led salespeople out there. You are doing you a service, you are doing your company a service, you are doing your shareholders a service, and you are doing those people in the front lines who are making it happen every single day a service, like me and you, Branson. I think that wraps up another great episode of Ridiculously Professional. Branson, what are your closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts are, same as before, always learn AI, keep learning it. It's not gonna go away. It's just gonna keep, adding to your company. I mean, to professional life. Treat life like it's the gym. Just keep showing up. And again, have fun. Do the things that you really love to do. And yeah.
And most importantly, like, comment, subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for watching another episode of Ridiculously Professional. We'll be back next week with our last single-digit episode before we get into the tens. That's crazy, Branson.
I hear that one's got something special in it too.
You got some big things happening in the next one. So we'll see you next time. You guys have a good week.
Thanks everybody.
Peace.